Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
Trump broke the law to cling to power,
Right.
and gets huge donations from American oligarchs to do so. And then we have Joe Biden, who not only refused to take advantage of the new immunity granted him by the Supreme Court, but also was willing to.
I feel like Kamala might be making some plans for that. I feel like a prosecutor might have some thoughts.
No, yeah, and I think it's great that the Republicans are all. First of all, they're scared.
Yeah.
But they're very upset that Biden stepping aside is illegal, and I just need to remind them, I'm sorry, but he's the sitting president, and he's got immunity for official acts. So, no, it's not illegal, but even if you thought it was.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Allison, as you sort of said, this has just been felt like an endless, exhausting, chaotic, however many years since he came down that escalator. So, but I have to say, looking at the happy clap, because you and I both sell hopium, we run through fields of hopium together. I do think this is like the best case scenario, if you're looking at the long game, is that he is defeated again resoundingly and by a black woman prosecutor. And then he goes to prison. Because these other cases don't go away, Allison, as you and I have talked about. He may have succeeded in making sure they don't happen before the election, but he is still a 34-count convicted felon and rapist. And these other trials, Neil Katyal had an analysis that, I wouldn't rule out entirely that Judge Cannon could get removed over this latest ridiculous ruling. What do you think?
I don't know. We'll have to see what Javk Smith does. I'm assuming the next step in the process will be that he'll hopefully ask for an expedited appeal.
Yeah.
Donald Trump will argue against that, obviously. But
You think?
I know he's going to appeal the decision, but we'll know very soon whether or not he will ask for her to be removed. And he's got a pretty good case, but the 11th Circuit has got a really high bar for recusal, for judge recusal.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, I was saying, you and I have this few people that we really, really trust, and Mark Elias certainly is one of them because, of course, do I have hang on one second.
Uh-oh, what?
The Squeaker of the House.
Oh.
Mike Johnson went on TV and said, that, of course they're going to try every level of legal effery to try to cheat. Because they're scared to death, as you say, of Kamala Harris and of all this new Democratic energy and yada, yada. So, but, so he said, oh, yeah, we're going to challenge this. I mean, Mark Elias said, I know, I've won 60 suits. They have no basis for this. I saw another constitutional expert that said the parties are within their rights to choose their nominee however they want. They don't have a case here. I think what's, AOC mentioned, and we all get scared about, though, is what could get to the Supreme Court? And would you rule anything out with this Supreme Court?
I can't rule anything out with the Supreme Court. I used to think I could, and
Right.
They proved me wrong multiple times on Chevron, on Roe, on the immunity issue, on affirmative action, like things that we thought were settled law. They just keep hacking everything to shreds, including stare decisis. But yeah, I am very glad Mark Elias is on our side because if anybody can defeat those cases, it's him.
Yeah, because I understood that last week. It was one of the things that, you and I both talked about. This is historically suicidal when Democrats have ever done this before, and have lost. I will say this is a pretty unprecedented year, Allison. I mean, you know what? So, we just have to now go. Our president, has done, I think, the most patriotic thing anyone has ever done. And now he has asked us to support his choice and his vice president, Kamala Harris. So now we have to reject the racism and the misogyny and move forward. But, that doesn't mean I actually think fear is a good thing, right? Like Bob Seska always says, don't get happy. I don't want us to get happy, right?
No, and we haven't. I think she's up over the $72 million mark as of the middle of the night. When she inherited Biden's war chest, there was $96 million in there. She's almost doubled that in 24 hours. It's incredible. And she's got 156 House Dems and 40-something senators, like they're all on board.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that
And all of the candidates that everybody was like, oh, they're going to run and there's going to be a contested primary, all of those people now have already endorsed her, right?
Yes. Although I don't know about the wealthy donors that were threatening to withhold their money if Joe Biden didn't leave. I don't know if they wanted contested convention.
Well, F
if
them.
They did it or what. I mean, honestly, that $70 million plus is all small donations.
Yeah.
I made 4. I kept making them like over and over.
But you're going to get a Nigerian prince.
Oh, lucky me.
Yeah, oh my God, I know. It's just there's one more ridiculous thing after another. Trump called for the Republican Party to be reimbursed for funds spent campaigning against Joe Biden after accusing Democrats of fraud. After he dropped out of the race. He said, shouldn't the Republican Party be reimbursed for fraud? And that everyone around Joe, including his doctors and the fake news media, knew he was not capable of running for being president. Just asking. Okay, well, the answer would be
says no.
No, moron, but okay.
Yeah, otherwise we'd all get our Jill Stein recount money back.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I had her on.
It doesn't work that way. This was, I mean, probably the single biggest blow to their convention. I mean, nobody's talking about that now. Nobody's talking about anything. It's completely been erased, and the vibe shift is pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's what I love. Oh, God, I can smell the fear and the panic. It's just another layer of, fantastic. And also, I just feel like, sometimes, Allison, politics and life, I guess there's a perfect storm. And I think with the road rage, you and I know is so real and palpable. And also just the whole prosecutor against a felon. I mean,
That's the best.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the best. As a prosecutor, when she would try cases, she would say, I'm Kamala Harris for the people.
I thought of that yesterday. Yes.
And I was like, that's right. That's it right
That's
there.
it. That's the slogan, Kamala Harris for the people, right? And all of the cases, as you know, against Trump are Trump versus the United States of America. That's what this race is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, I think that they know, part of the panic, Allison, is they know they're losing the demographic and generational battle, in this country. And here she is, the face of America, the future of America. And Frances from Frangela told a story that literally made me like tear up on the air. She was, Hulk Hogan, who I couldn't even believe what I was watching. Him ripping his shirt off. But he was on tape, of course, saying he hates black people and using the N-word. And Frances told the story of her little daughter who loves Hulk Hogan saying to her, but Mommy, Hulk Hogan doesn't like black people? Why? I love Hulk Hogan. I thought he was for everybody. And I thought, I want to live in her America. And I think most of us do,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that, something else would be regarding the convention. John Fugelsang, who comes on the Beans every Friday.
I've heard of
who's
him.
on the Sexy Liberal Tour with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's how I know him. Mm-hmm.
He said Joe Biden's not going to drop out until after the convention. If he drops out, he's not going to do it until
John's wrong a lot. That's why God made him so pretty.
until after Trump makes his VP pick, because he's not going to let
right. RNC. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, based on who's at the top of the ticket. And he was absolutely right.
Yeah.
And he's stuck with hillbillyology. And there's nothing he can do about it. The most anti-woman ticket
I know.
full of felons is running against a female prosecutor.
He came
and a
on
black woman, which